Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Majors, No Simping, All Subjects channel. So let's talk about middle class, man. And I'm gonna have to pull over so I can read the stat as soon as Speed Racer get past me. Driving like a, and then the police pull him over or her. Well, that's her. She gonna be mad. So let me read this before I pull off. We're talking about the middle class today. So it says here, the median net worth for the middle class in 2024 is $169,420. The average net worth for the middle class is around $300,800. And the average net worth for the lower middle class is about $58,550. So according to this is what I want to talk about. I'm going to be all over the place, but y'all know I ain't lost. I'm going to make it back. Lower middle class, 58,000. A lot of you are lower middle class, but watch this. When people quit their jobs, which are mostly lower middle class or lower class in pay, people say they shouldn't have left. When people refuse to take mess off of their lower middle class jobs and bosses, they are told, man, just do your job and go home. I'm gonna be let me just warn you, I'm gonna be all over the place in this video. The first thing I want to mention is the political aspect. So a lot of y'all wasn't voting for Trump because you said that Trump is for the rich, right? But if you look at the overall aspects of the things he did in his last run and the things that he's promising to do now, he's really for everybody. I'm going somewhere with this. Unless you have no aspirations to move up in class, Trump is for you. Unless you desire to just get food stamps. Food stamps supposed to be temporary. Like when you down in a period, you get on food stamps so you can get up. It's basically, all those programs are so you can keep working, build yourself back up, and then not need them. So according to this, anybody, now I see why they'll give somebody food stamp that makes $67,000, depending on the size of their family. I see now. So to be middle class, you have to make, what did I say? 169, and I'm at a red light, so don't start acting goofy. $169,420. You either have to make that or you have to have that to be middle class. Now, how many of y'all got $169,420 stacked? How many of y'all got $169,420 in assets? So if you make that money, even if you make paper airplanes out of it, you basically middle class. If you're not making that money, you lower middle class. And even if you have a working spouse, this is what I be telling. This is some of the arguments that I had with her. That job, like I said, that job is lower middle class in pay. For me to begin to move to upper or to regular middle class, I would have had to make over $58,000. So that means that correctional officers, even though the pay is going up, they still are underpaid because they're still not moving up in class. They're lower middle class in most correctional jobs, and some of them they just lower class. So the main premise I want to talk about is actually a couple premises, but the main one is these pastors that be preaching the love of money as the root of all evil to a bunch of lower class people. How are they being evil for wanting more in a lower class? That's among one of the reasons why I just don't deal with just like I went in the check cashing place because I got a check and I was trying to see how much it cost to cash this check. And she was just snippy and passive aggressive and playing gospel music in the background. A lot of these people's behavior is because of the class. See, you don't start acting like an upper class person when you become upper class. You got to start changing your behaviors while you making your climb. But most people don't do that. That's why these people stealing like crazy, because they lower class. Like, even if you're a drug dealer, if you're a drug dealer, you consider lower class anyway, regardless of how much money you got. But based on the numbers, if you don't have $169,420, then you're not even middle class. No matter what like these people be acting dignified, they be just as lower class as they want to be. Lower class ninja. Get it one car and they going around, they lower class relative, like, and they in the same class. The devil is a liar. They in the same class as them, but because they got a house, like, think about it. I'm finna show you. You could make 100,000 combined, right? And you could have a brother, sister, cousin that only make 50 something. If you ain't making $169,420 combined, or have $169,420, you're not even middle class. Bring your nose down. Bring that nose down before you get slapped like Dorothy slapped the lion on Wizard of Oz. Slapped him right in the nose. You're not even middle class. But a lot of people get a pair of boots, pair of Prada boots, and now they think they middle class. You ever notice how a lot of them people be acting? Like when you go in them high-end places. I'm trying to think of where I was. I was in, I think it was at Ultra, picking up something. And it's like them higher end places be having a different energy, a different vibe. Because it's mainly an upper middle class and high class store. So that's why I say, man, when you go in some of these stores, man, you want to be present your best etiquette, so on and so forth, because you can't change some traditional things. Like, I stopped celebrating Christmas years ago, but that didn't change. But everybody else still do. You know, some things you just can't knock people for, man. Like, high end is supposed to be a little snobby. Now, where people mess up and where God get mad at people is because you start comparing. Like, it's all right for you to get up there and to be glad you up there, but when you start looking down on other people, I think he proved that. Remember the Pharisee? I'm glad I'm not like other men. He went home and he wasn't even what he thought he was. He wasn't even saved. But the tax collector sure was. Now notice, they was in the same place because they probably was in the same class. The difference was the tax collector, he knew he was bad. His heart was humble, like, man, I gotta do something. I gotta get this right. Whereas the Pharisee, which is the equivalent of a person who might have a good job, little money, house, somebody left them something in the church, and now they think they're better than other people. They got this or that, so they think they're better than other people. You know, so those need to understand that you still, it's funny, man. It's funny. People will tell you what job to work and they tell you to go back to college. And you just go be a truck driver. Just be a truck driver. Just do this, do that. They telling you, and they need to tell themselves, because y'all in the same class. What? How you trying to instruct me and we in the same class? Which means what? If you in the same class, you in the same grade. See how that work? Now, you gotta compare by category. It's just money. You might not be in the same class with character, but money-wise, class goes by how many assets you got, how much you make, how much you got saved, how much you have invested, right? So based on my investments, based on my savings, based on the assets I have, liabilities I have, I'm lower middle class. I can admit it. It's okay. I'm not going to stay there if I live to see it. The Most High give me life, keep them peoples at bay, and let money still be a thing, and I'm healthy, I'm going to make it up there. I'm going to make it up there. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, listen, I'm not standing down here. I see the stairs, and I'm finna get on them. As a matter of fact, I'm already on them. Climbing. So, and listen, I say this to everybody. If you one of those people that you are instructing people, right? Do this, do that, do this, do that. But y'all in the same class? Just remember, y'all in the same grade. If you in the same class, that means you in the same grade. If you in the same grade, then, you know, y'all probably are on the same level. So, we got to stop all this instructing without instructing ourselves. A college degree by itself, if you not making $169,420, you not better than them. They could be working at McDonald's and in the same class as you. What you talking about? You make $58,000. They make, I would have to look at them. You know what? I can show you better. I can tell you. When I stop, I'm going to keep talking, but when I stop, I'm going to look up lower class. You got lower, you got middle, lower middle, you have middle, and you have upper middle. You know, middle class is middle class, lower class is lower class. It's a hard pill for some of y'all arrogant, nugget head buzzards to swallow. Pause. But real is the real and facts is the facts. If you in the same class, you in the same grade. Or it's not like I did have a class in school where it was 2 grades in there. She was teaching 2 different grades. She was teaching 5th and 6th grade. I was in the 6th grade, but we had half of the class was 5th graders. She was teaching 5th and 6th grade. But other than that, mostly, you in the same class, you in the same grade. I'm about to bust some bubbles with this. So that means if one person on the job has a beater, has a hoopty, a bucket, and they make $58,000, and another person has a new car and they make $58,000, but they paying a car note, guess what? Y'all in the same class. You need to stop being a buster and understand that. And you got more bills than somebody, and y'all make X amount of dollars. Let's say y'all totaling out at, what is it? Hold on, it's a red light again. I know you want to think you're better than people. Some of y'all that will see this, I want you to share this. If you know anybody that I'm talking about, share this to your Facebook, share this to your Instagram. Because people be thinking they better than people because they got more material possession. But when you really crunch the numbers, a lot of them be in the same class. Now they try to lower it to be nicer. The average middle class income is between $52,000 and $155,000. No, that's an old stat. The median household income across all 345 cities is $77,345. Most people, it's not there. You got a person that's making 40, you got another person that's making 25, they ain't there. Even though they might have 2 new cars, so on and so forth, they not even middle class. I'm just saying. But we got to go by the crunch numbers because the new numbers is based on inflation, prices rising, so on and so forth. So the new numbers is more accurate. You can't go by numbers from 2007 or 2001 when I was paying a mortgage that was only $507. You can't go by that. This is what I be trying to tell her. This is what I used to try to tell her. Like, there's nothing really to say right now. That a lot of the issues was because of the class. It was because the rise in prices. Like, matter of fact, I just recently told her that. Like, I've been through 3 recessions and I've been through like 3 inflation crunches being the only person working. That stuff, man, I'm telling you, and I'm not making excuses for myself or for anybody else. This stuff is real, man. You got to get your sack up. You got to get your money up to 100. Really, that should be all of our starting point. To be regular, if you ain't there, just to make it to regular middle class, which means you got to save. You should have $169,420 in cash, whether you put it in the safe, whether you put it in the bank. I'm finna keep this number right here, and this number is gonna be my first goal. Hey, listen, I ain't there. I'm not there. Now, just say upper middle class is around 300,000. It's still middle class. It's just you upstairs. It's almost like if it was a hotel building. Like you are in the penthouses of middle class. And everybody else is down here in the other rooms, the other units. Let's look up lower. This other show. Lower class net worth. It says the median net worth for a lower income family in the U.S. was $24,500. In 2021, before that thing hit, the numbers was different. So based on the numbers, the stimulus just made matters worse. Somebody was like, Trump finna give a stimulus. I said, I wouldn't even want a stimulus unless he's gonna pass a law where the prices can't rise for X amount of days or X amount of years. Cause all that's gonna do is basically moving the goalpost. It's like you going from playing flag football, which is 75 yards, or it used to be, to 100 yards. You changing the size of the field and you changing the goalpost. So, again, if you in the same class, you in the same grade, more than likely. And if you in the same grade, then y'all on the same level. You like chocolate ice cream. I like chocolate ice cream. You like vanilla. They both ice cream. Our minds are programmed by the Most High to think like this and to be like different. But some things are still, ice cream is still ice cream. Money is still money. And if you around between 58, what is, hold on. I'm in the parking lot. I gotta keep telling y'all, cause y'all just wanna, wait, hold on. And so what made me think about this is I was watching some clips. I gotta watch that movie, The Banker. I want to see that movie. I'm gonna probably watch it tonight. Hopefully it's on Netflix. But what was exceptional is what he did. He did it while Jim Crow was going on, all that stuff was going on, and he became a millionaire. Imagine what $1 million was in the 60s. And we still making excuses. So it says, wait, where is that other? Okay. Lower middle class is about 58,550. So from 58,550 to $169,419, you're lower middle class. This includes stocks, things you paid off, minus, because you got to minus the things that you still paying on. See, this is why I say some people just grandiose. They just want to think they better than somebody. But if you got two car notes, one car was $40,000, the other car is $30,000, you still paying on them. Let's just say, okay, let's say you got one car that you owe $25,000 on. You got another car you owe $30,000 on. Okay, that's $55,000, right? Now, the money you got saved, your investments, everything that you have paid off totals $45,000. That means that you have a negative net worth because of your cars. That's how it works. Now, in terms of class, some things make you might be making middle class money. But if your debts take you down to $58,550, you lower middle class because of your debts. That's how it works. So this will humble everybody. And here's another thing. These preachers need to stop talking about greed, and these people ain't even middle class. So if somebody was working hard, putting a lot of time in, putting a lot of hours in, trying to get up in class, they're not being greedy. You're not greedy until you have enough money where you could buy anything and you still gonna have money left. And you still trying to get more. I don't think, I think you would have to literally have $200 million in cash, liquid, to be considered greedy. That's not including houses. That's not including stuff you own. Based on the rising costs and based on, the longevity of a person's possible life, you're not being greedy. And even in some cases, depending on how much you give in philanthropy, some of them still not greedy. Because when it comes to how much you have, the Most High never gave a ceiling. And I used to get mad at him for what other people have I don't have. Right? I watch plenty movies. I watch plenty documentaries. The thing that I came out from it all with is the Most High is the fairest of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? The Most High. Because a person can be literally disrespectful towards you, and they'll have the same opportunities as a person that respects him the most, because he's fair. To him, people is people, but people determine their own fate. Fate. They also determine their own faith. Faith. So he's like the fairest of them all. Like, I used to be like, man, why they ain't me? Like, somebody just won $1 million in Milwaukee last night. And I was like, at first I was like, well, it wasn't me. Like, why are you letting these others? Because he's fair. When he judges us, he's going to judge us fairly too. Now, for these reasons, people need to just stop it, man. Dudes will be on here like they'll see me talking about money, and they'll shoot shots like I shouldn't be talking about it, and we'll be in the same class. Ninja, are you serious? You, based on your assets and liabilities, my assets and my liability, you'll try to tell me that I shouldn't be talking about this, but we both lower middle class. Because you still paying on your house, even though you got a house. I'm renting. I mean, come on now. I'm renting, I'm paying $1,500 something. You bought and you paying $2,000. You think you better than me. Like, I've heard people say stuff. Like, I know a guy, he get mad when you bring stuff to his attention. Like, he trying to act like he better than people. But he said, man, these ninjas ain't got nothing, man. They don't even own a house. Stop paying your mortgage and let's see. Let's see how much you own that house. Stop paying it. Don't pay it for 18 months. Let's see if you still be living there. Oh, you can't tell me, because I've been Chevrolet sold back in the day. What was that, 2005? I ain't ashamed to admit it. What y'all people? What? Come on, man. Why would I be ashamed to admit something? Y'all just people. I'm no Matrix. I just look at y'all. You just people. That's why I'm making this video too, because people have other people feeling bad. They'll be saying disrespectful stuff and be in the same class. Nigga, is you serious? I should have said ninja. You in the same class. Well, I got this 2024 Bentley. Okay. Watch this. How much you pay on it? Well, I gotta pay $2,300 for 4 years. So let's crunch the numbers, Mr. Man. Let's say it was a guy. We'll call him A for asshole. Excuse my language. Sorry. And he had a Bentley truck that he owes $200,000 on. He makes $300,000 a year, which basically would have had him in upper middle class. You think you high class? Go around people that they have $1 million net worths. Let's see. Tell them how much you make. They'll be like, oh, that's a really nice truck. I hope you pay cash for it. No, I ain't pay cash. I still owe $200,000. They'll start acting different because you lower middle class or not. You, well, let's talk numbers. So let's say you make 300. No, we'll say 350. You owe 200 on your car. You owe 200 on your house, so that's 400,000. You make 350. Let's say you have $90,000 in cash. Say that. Wait, let's write this down because I'm gonna forget. But I like to talk numbers, man, because y'all be tripping, man. So you make 350,000. You owe 200,000 on your Bentley truck. You owe 200,000 on your house. Now, this is how you do it. Your other bills, we'll just say you owe like 10,000, right? Just to be nice. Other bills, 10,000. Now you have 90,000 in cash. You have 100,000 invested. Okay, we're gonna be nice. So this how it works. 350 plus 190 equals 540, right? Minus 410,000. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on now. So your net worth makes you lower middle class. $110,000 is that person's net worth. So it makes him lower middle class. Now look what he got. He got a Bentley truck. He got a house. He got money in the bank. So he'll think that he better than other people, right? But let's say you have another guy that makes $60,000 a year. he doesn't have much debt. Let's say his debt is only like $7,000. And let's say he got about $2,000 in the bank. He's not doing the best. Right? So 62. No, let's say his investments. Let's say he don't believe in investing. 500. So, okay, let's do it. 60,000, pause. 60,000 plus his 25, that's 60,000, 62,500 minus 7,000, which will put him at 55,500. They on the same class. They the same class. Same class, man. This is how it works, man. This is why we can fault ourselves for this country not being what it could be. We ain't producing nothing. We're just consuming it. And you think because you got more material possessions, but you be at a lower net worth than that sister that you getting mad at that keep asking you for money. Because let's say she ain't got no bills, she live with somebody, and her total assets is low, but she's still in the same class as you because of how much she makes from her job. That's how it works. I know people don't want to admit that. They want to think they better. But as long as we in between the same amount, and this is what Jason Black be talking about too. This is what he be talking about. This is what he be talking about. And let me show you something about this elitist stuff. If you didn't get it yourself without no people that know made people, no them peoples, if you made it by yourself and you up there with them, like in terms of class, like if you, let's see what higher class is. I hope y'all ain't hear my stomach growling. Y'all probably heard it. That wasn't a fart. Let's say high class net worths. High class net worth between 793,120 and 2.65 million. That's high class. So even if somebody richer than you, they got 10 million, but you got 700,000, you still in the same class as them. That's why I say, man, I gotta become, I want to be high class. That's one of my goals. I want to be one of them people that serve the Most High to the fullest in this high class. Not a person talking about, I am God, yeah. Nah, man. So next time you get high and mighty, just remember, the truth man, Prophet Howard, no matrix, pulled you off your horse. Now, if you pick your horse back up and get back on him and start riding again, I pulled you off the high horse. Because a lot of y'all try to be higher than you really is. That guy that won that $1 million last night, depending on what else he got going, like if he paid off all his bills, right, and still had 765, what is it? 793,120, he high class now. He up there. That's how it works. That's why most of us need to be doing what we could do. Because when you move up in class, you actually helping the United States economy. Like if you had to hire somebody, you helping it. That's more tax revenue. But what's hurting the U.S. is we have all these resources, we have all this income, but people is just consuming. Remember how the Bible talked about the locust, the cankerworm? Some of y'all is locust and cankerworm, man. And I've been one too. It's okay. It's okay. Let me brush myself off. Stop feeling bad. Stop comparing yourself. Just climb. Because a lot of the people that's trying to make you feel bad is in the same class as you. They ain't got no $169,420. Like the job I just worked, I guarantee you, not even 10 people, including everybody from the higher ups on down, got no $169,420. So stop it. You just a supervisor. You ain't got that kind of money like that. You ain't handling paper like that, ninja. Well, you want to act like you high and mighty. Man, you right down here with us, punk. Trying to act like you high and mighty or something. The nerve of you. And then some of them dudes be living in little houses, that house, you would think that house was from slavery time. And they'll be thinking because they got a house and got a new set of furniture that they better than somebody. The devil is a liar, man. That's bullcrap, man. These people is nuts. And then what's even nuttier is you basically selling your soul. You not getting saved. You not repenting. You not making your peace with God to be lower class and lower middle class. That's goofy. It's crazy. You shouldn't sell your soul regardless, but some of y'all it's even worse because you lower class in doing it. The sister that's a stay-at-home mom, you think you better because you working a job and y'all in the same class. In fact, depending on your debt, the one that don't got no debt probably have a higher net worth than you. She ain't got no debt, but she got $300. You got $60,000 in debt and you only make $50,000. You have a negative net worth and that person has a positive net worth because they don't have no debt and they got that $300. And you got. And it's amazing. A person can get a settlement from a car accident and pass you up. That's the thing about the United States. The person could be working at Walmart and have more money than the person that work a corporate job. And the person that worked a corporate job will be thinking they better. The whole time the person that work at Walmart have a higher net worth. Y'all tripping. That's what's crazy. But anyway. Thanks for watching.